All right, guys, we're going to the third match with the hopes that we can win more than we lose. We would like to play first, and I think this hand's a keep. We can search up the black with Fork in the Road, get halfway to Delirium, and then we have Obsessive Skinner, Crawling Sensation, all things I feel pretty good about. It's kind of tempting to try to play Crawling Sensation first and then Fork in the Road because then I get an insect off of Fork. We could do that because we can play our Skinner on turn 2 no matter what. So it might be worth it if we go Skinner turn 2, Sensation turn 3, Fork in the Road for black mana. All right, so vampires. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play my Skinner here. We'll play our Sensation and then Fork. If we're lucky, those two things together will just like immediately give our guy Delirium, which would be pretty nice. If we're not lucky, or, just neutral, it's probably not going to happen. But there's a chance it could. Because Fork puts a land and a sorcery in my graveyard, obviously. Okay, so you're going to swing for 1 at my face, I'm guessing? Yes. That makes sense. Okay, well, that's pretty sweet because we can Fork and play Thraben Gargoyle next turn. So let's just go ahead and swing with our Skinner here. And now we'll play our Crawling Sensation. So I wouldn't mind Crawling Sensation not hitting any lands, which I don't usually say, but because if we don't hit any lands, there's a good chance we can get Delirium. Bam. Yep, you hit me. All right. I mean, if we get an insect, I feel pretty good about that too. It's sort of a win-win, I guess. And we do, unfortunately. So we're only going to get halfway to Delirium. We do have a Vessel now, but I think what we want to do here is Fork, which will give us another insect too. So we're going to Fork here and get a Swamp. Into our hand, and we'll throw a Forest into our graveyard. Wait, why didn't that? Oh, for the first time each turn, it only works once a turn, so that was wasteful. But we'll play our Gargoyle and our Vessel here. So I could have forked earlier. I mean, it wasn't the worst line, even without, the benefits that it could have given us, but wasn't as good as I thought it was either. I forgot it has to be the first time each turn. I thought it was only each instance, like the way Gitrog Monster's worded, but obviously it's not. So our opponent could have spiteful motives. We saw that floating around. And if he does, it's going to be pretty gross, because on the Neonate, that's pretty powerful. And I'd rather not deal with that. But we may have to. Tormenting Voice, Senseless Rage, that's a little less impressive. Especially because I can just double block. I guess he's going to put it on this probably, in which case we just take it. And it will be very hard for us to kill. Our Rancid Rats can block it, so we have that going for us. Does it make it attack every turn? Why aren't you showing me Senseless Rage? There we go. No, it doesn't. Usually cards with Rage in the title do make people attack. No, he's putting it there. Interesting. I would happily double block that thing right now. He does also get to draw 2 cards, though, so that's pretty gross value. So yeah, I would block with my Gargoyle and my Insect here. If he swings with it, he does. So I'm going to do that. Take him down. Gets us one type closer to Delirium. Oh no, it got us all the way to Delirium. Alright, because I didn't have a creature in my graveyard. Forgot about that. Alright. Yes. And, ooh, crawling sensation number 2. So we have delirium now, which is pretty sweet. Question's going to be, what do we actually do with that fact? We can vessel. We should probably wait to do it on our opponent's turn, though, because it can give us an insect if we wait till our opponent's turn. Hell, it can even give us 2 insects if we play our other crawling sensation here. I'm actually leaning towards playing my crow, though, and putting the counter on it, because then that gives us an evasive threat. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Sinister Concoction. So we're going to put that here. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have freaking Nahiri like our first round opponent did. Well, that's pretty bad, but it's not the end of the world. Should have attacked first because I probably wouldn't have blocked with my crow. Now, obviously, I will since my opponent's tapped out. I would like to draw a way to kill that, like, right now. Okay. So, do we mill ourselves? I think we do. We don't have Epitaph Golem in our graveyard. Getting Epitaph Golem's kind of our dream. There it is. How about that? Living the dream. Okay. All right. Can't actually play him yet, but I mean, I think we just try to race with our opponent here. If he wants to just block my crow, then I'm down with it. I don't think he's going to, so. I think I'm going to play the rats here, since they can also start clocking in for damage. And we can use our vessel at the end of his turn, which will probably net us an insect as well. So we're just going to put the counter here again. Just keep buffing up this crow. Now our opponent can buff up his guy too, but he has to spend mana and cards. Now, granted, he has a lot of both of those things, but we have a lot more of a board presence than he does. With my vessel, I might be tempted to take a land. We'll see what we see, though. No attacks, okay. So now he can use this ability twice, which would make him a 7/7. Yeah. So we're going to crack our vessel here. We're trying to mill ourselves, basically, because of Epitaph Golem. Okay, we don't actually have the option here of a land, sadly, and one's not going to go in our graveyard either, obviously. I think we probably want Tooth Collector since we have Delirium. Seems better right now. Well, we finally missed on lands, but we have thrown awful lot of them in our graveyard. So, do I want my rats to just trade with the Sanguinary Mage? I don't know. Actually, I can make it so they can't trade, at least. Yeah, I'll play my Tooth Collector. And this can only become a 6/6 now, but that's still plenty. So we're just gonna weaken the Sanguinary Mage so we can swing with our rats, and his mage would just die. Now, if he uses a card to give it prowess or something here, it's not especially awesome for us, but might almost be worth it making our rats bigger, because while things will be able to block it, it's not super likely. All right, so we get in for the 1. And we end our turn. So how many of our lands are in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we only have 6 left in our deck. So We do definitely... Oh, that's gross. That is gross. I mean, the good news is Tooth Collector's going to kill it on his upkeep, but I'm glad we have Tooth Collector in play. I'm glad we picked Tooth Collector instead of Graph Maul, because now we just kill this. And I think we keep buffing up our flyer, making it a problem for him, something that makes it a little less likely that he attacks. Although I guess he can wait till it can just swing for lethal at our face, but maybe we can get Epitaph Golem rolling and grab our Sinister Concoction by then. We do need lots of mana for Epitaph Golem to do what it's supposed to do. Because, like, if he just kills it right away, although if he had removal, you'd think he probably would have used it on our Obsessive Skinner or our Tooth Collector by now. Well, our Tooth Collector hasn't been out there very long, but definitely our Obsessive Skinner. Right, Tormenting Voice. Digging some more. We don't have our Ghoulsteed in our graveyard somehow or another. I don't think we put him in our graveyard once today, actually. He might have once when I didn't notice. It is possible, but it's kind of crazy because we do a lot of milling. And he wouldn't be bad right now. I mean, our Dire Swine and our Crawling Sensation are kind of superfluous at this point. All right, well, he could definitely smash in for some serious damage here, but he also takes a lot on the backswing. Yeah, he's not swinging this turn. He would have made this unable to block. And now I can actually swing with my 5/4 without being especially worried. Oh, he is swinging. What? 5, 7, 10. Oh, 5, 7, 10. If he uses Rush of Adrenaline right now, it'll give +3, +1 to this and +2 to something else. So that's 3, 8, 11. That's only 13 damage. 7, 8. And we can kill him on the backswing. So I'm just going to take it. Am I doing my math wrong somehow? Strange. 5, 7, 8, 11. No, we have lethal. There's not a 1 red mana like removal spell in this format. I'm very confused right now. Hey, there's a land. There's not one, right? I don't think there is. I think our opponent may have just been a little over-aggressive there. I mean, we're dead to this if he has whatever it is that he might have. 7, 8, 12, 13. Yeah. You're dead. What do you have? What could you have? Okay, that was very weird. I think our opponent knew, maybe after he played this and didn't have the mana up, he realized he made a mistake and was hoping that somehow I wouldn't realize I had lethal. Because once he played this, I was already going to swing with my Crow at least and do some serious damage, but that was very strange. But I'll take it. So we won game 1, and that's good. Vessel, Malignity, and Shambleback are only 2 like real sideboard cards. I don't think we want either of them. So let's go into game 2. Well, turn 2 Obsessive Skinner, turn 3 Courier, turn 5 Ghoulsteed seems solid. Our opponent's deck did not seem to have much removal. You'd think it would have Fiery Temper. Hey, well, now we can do something on turn 1, too. We haven't seen that much today. It's been milled a few times. So we're going to play our Skinner turn 2 again, and if he just keeps living forever, we'll be pretty happy once again. Ooh, 2 of those is kind of obnoxious. 3 of those? Where's my Tooth Collector? Just start killing him. That's crazy. Crazy. I mean, we can start blocking them next turn, but it's a little problematic to block them. We can kill one with Explosive Apparatus, but he also has like Madness Outlets, and we've seen that his deck has things to do with Madness Outlets, so... Bam, bam, bam. That's crazy. If he plays that enchantment right here, that makes it so all his vampires have like, the vampiric ability, that being the ability to get +1/+1 counters. So I think we just play our courier and pass, and we're gonna plan on double blocking one of them. He could like flash in a senseless rage, but the creature would still die and the rage would go away, and we'd only lose one creature still, so it's not like incredible. Rush of Adrenaline, same problem basically, so yeah, we're gonna double block one of them. We can't just like let this go on forever, so we will try to kill one. He could sacrifice this one and put Senseless Rage on one of the others, which isn't great for us, but Explosive Apparatus doesn't do anything. Never mind, it'll have 3 toughness. Dual shot. Okay. I mean, that's annoying. Do you have something else too? No, you're just killing my Skinner. Fair enough. Okay, so I think we crack in for 3 here. We can't double block right now, and we have our apparatus mana up, and I may as well swing for 3 in my turn. I would not mind Altered Egoing with a bunch of counters and an Insolent Neonate. That would be pretty attractive. Okay, so what's more of a problem? A Village Messenger or 2 Insolent Neonates? Oh man, well, at least we get a clue. Could have done that at instant speed, man. I guess you're probably tapped out last turn. So, if I have to use my apparatus, I don't get to crack a clue, but it's probably worth using my apparatus. And if he had like a huge number of vampire synergies, I'd kill one of these. Thing is, he still gets to loot if I do that, but it's not amazing. Yeah, let's kill one of them. I mean, this has a chance to get bigger, but we are about to play a Ghoul Steed who is more worried. I'm more worried about creature with menace than a 2/2 right now. Although they both have menace, don't they? God, I forgot when it flips it as menace. Big mistake. Probably should have killed that. Yeah, we don't have time for you, Crawling Sensation. We just got to play our big Ghoul Steed here. If we also get to play our Dire Swine, that may finally shut down the nonsense, but blue mana. Give me blue mana. Fork in the road, maybe? Yeah, so obviously we take that. Lets his guy transform, which isn't great, but we did draw lands. So that means we can play out another big creature, and now we can start double blocking these dudes. And we'll just end our turn. We can't be aggressive here. We can't really afford to be, I don't think. Our Crawling Sensation can help us once we get some breathing room, because obviously it'll make tokens that are much more expendable than other cards. 2 card types. Creature and artifact. And I don't really currently have, well, I guess Crawling Sensation's a decent way of getting them both back in there. Alright, so that looks like it stopped his nonsense, which is good, because we needed the nonsense to stop. I'm going to crack this clue. Epitaph Golem, okay. Then I'm going to play this Vessel. I'm going to untransform this guy while I'm at it. And I'm going to play Crawling Sensation. Right. So we still don't attack, I don't think. I mean, yes, it is 10 damage. It is 10 damage. I think I'd probably wait a little while longer, though, for... Yeah, it was probably worth swinging there. The other guy's going to be a 1/1. Yeah, it was probably worth it. I don't know what I was thinking. Should have been more aggressive there. For sure. But if I get like a insect and play my Epitaph Golem this turn, I'm going to be pretty happy with my life. Okay, we got Delirium too, so that's sweet. And there's a Throttle. Now I think I swing with both of these and see what our opponent can do about that. Dang, that's 8 damage. I do have Throttle for a trick or whatever he might do here, so we do have that going for us. Spiteful Motives? No, his own Throttle. I think we Throttle in response to his Throttle. I think keeping our guy alive is big, and we still get to trample over for 2. So we get in for 6, dropping him to 11. We can't play Epitaph Golem now, but all he's got is a 1/1, so I'm not too concerned about that. Okay, so he can hit me for 4 here, but he dies on the backswing. And granted, in the last game he swung when he shouldn't have, and died on a backswing. So maybe he does it again. I would be surprised, to say the least. You can't really swing with anything. Yeah. Do we have an island in our graveyard yet? Nope. Hey, Loam Dryad, that'll let us play our guy. So I think we swing with our 6/6 and our 4/4 again. And I guess if I swing with everything, it's lethal. So yeah, let's do that. Even with our insect. So that drops him to 1. Looks like we're going to get there this game and manage to go 2-1. Our deck did way better again. Like our first deck that we faced was like one of the best decks I've ever seen in this format. So I can't feel too bad about how badly we got crushed. Got something. Ah, okay. So he will not quite go as low as I thought he would. We can get him back from our graveyard, but I think we'd rather just go Loam Dryad, Epitaph Golem, since that gives me lots of good blocking opportunities. Interesting, he didn't block this and use the axe, isn't it? I guess he would have 2-for-1 himself, but yeah, the trample's a real problem, whereas he could block the Ghoulsteed for a while. All right, well, we managed to go 2-1. Our deck was pretty sweet, it turned out, and match 1 was just a very ugly one. So for those of you who stuck around to see the deck do well in match 2 and 3, thank you. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.